Hi, I'm Mary Neal. I'm completing the billboard for our show today, which is called Debbie Sapp's Son is in Solitary Confinement. And I'm putting a very brief description because our stalkers don't like for us to uh, work against private prisons. And so what we're doing is putting our description of our show. And this is our link for Google Plus, Facebook, and this is for Care 2. The stalkers basically ran me away from Care 2, but I still have my group there. Look, they put the HTTP, it doesn't belong. We're going to get rid of it now. Okay. It says I got -285 remaining. Have you ever seen a shorter description than this at Blog Talk Radio? One paragraph and some links. It says I'm -285 and I've got over 2,000 characters. So what we're going to do is delete it. We're going to take it over here and we're going to count the words. This is what they do. When they don't want me to put something, they say it's too many characters. We're going to show you how many characters that is. See, I went here days ago, and for some reason, it's still up there. It's 832 characters, and I'm supposed to have 2,000 character spaces, but it said these 832 characters are too many. Putting it over here got rid of the links. So that's another reason why I put it over here, to get rid of any codes and what have you that had been put there by stalkers. Now we're going back. We're going to drop it back in here. And we only use 912. We're going to now make these links. A link shouldn't replace 912. We have lots of trouble out of the hackers at I'm making sure they don't have the HTTP right there because it doesn't go right there. Prison investors hate us being online. I received word today that a Republican who's the head of the FCC says people don't need the internet, and don't we dare call it a human right. People don't need the internet. Now, he might be a little confused because the internet was already called a human right by the United Nations. They say the internet is a human right. The information on the internet is vital to your human rights. Most jobs want you to apply on the internet, pay your bills on the internet, and what have you. But this man, who's the head of the United States Federal Communication Commission, said that people don't need the internet, and don't we dare call it a human right. What do you think about that? I said, thank you for giving assistance to the incarcerated mentally ill. And we're going to move this down here as our tag. Okay, and this is NNIA channel, and my name is Mary Loves Justice, and this is a human rights demand, and it's about mental illness. I bet when you write, okay, here we go, mental health, mental illness, and it's about prison, and it's about prison torture, it's about solitary. Okay, and we're going to get us a picture for it. I think we'll use our picture of the United Nations. Amy is going to sue the USA in international court. It's called Amy versus USA. And that's it. Okay, the show is created. Let's see the created shows. Okay, it's Debbie Sapp's son is in solitary confinement torture. That show is today, June 27th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And I'll thank you all for joining us to hear about this young man who's incarcerated in Florida. He was taken off his psychotropic medications. He had a crisis, evidently, or they're saying he did, and he was put in solitary confinement. They also withdraw psychotropic medications when they want to lengthen someone's sentence. That makes them go into crisis, and they do something inappropriate, and they give them a longer sentence. They also change up their psychotropic medications in order to send them into crisis, or they overdose them to send them into crisis. Once they get a mentally ill person in prison, their next step is to lengthen their sentences by playing with their medication. This has happened to Debbie Sapp's son, and she's going to be on National Network in Action today talking about that. And we ask you to tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern. 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going to the studio now. Oftentimes they make my studio blank when they don't want me to have a show. We got 20 minutes until this episode. Let me show you real quickly what I mean about the man from FCC saying that people like you and me don't deserve the internet. It said, what did I tell you? As usual, they took our tax money and built the satellites, took our tax money to pay NSA, and now they're taking our internet, which we built. This is called lynching America. And you can go to my article that's explaining what it is to lynch America. And what I say is enemies' communication capabilities and their armory, that's your guns, are the first targets in a war. So this man, who is the head of the Federal Communications Commission, has said that we, the people, don't need the internet. We need the internet to apply for jobs, to get out homework, to do any number of things. Internet access is not a necessity in the day-to-day lives of Americans, said the Republican Federal Communications Commission official. Go to Motherboard to read this whole article. It's on motherboard.vice.com. Thank you.